Hey guys, what's going on? Ultimus here. Today's video I want to talk about the current state of World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor. I want to look at it kind of as a whole, excluding raiding simply because I don't really have too much experience in raiding, but I've been able to kind of keep up with what people are saying with it or about it. But I really want to focus, of course, on PvP and just the overall spectrum of where our time is spent in the game. I figured it would make a good video, cultivate some discussion. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. First and foremost, one thing I continuously keep hearing from a lot of people is that the game is boring. At this point at least. And I'm at a weird point where I don't know if I necessarily agree, but I don't know if I disagree either, because what I keep hearing from people, a lot of people, and this is from guildmates, from trade chat, from general chat, which to be fair, I really don't give too much credit to trade chat or general chat anyways, but as well as the WoW subreddit, the WoW forums, YouTubers, major well-known PvP arena gods, people like that of that sort have been saying the game feels kind of boring. But the biggest complaint that I do keep hearing is that there's nothing to do. And I kind of want to address that issue a little bit, because really I feel like if you're honestly looking at it objectively, there really hasn't been a better time in WoW for more things to do. Like, there are literally limitless things to do. Transmog runs, current raids, leveling alts. I mean, the content, there's so much content there. There's literally 10 years worth of content in this game. And honestly, I highly doubt most people have done it all. Now, to be fair, you could argue and say maybe people have done everything that appeals to them, and I guess, well, I can't really argue with that, and if that's the case, then I don't know, I don't really know what to tell you. But I feel like a lot of the people complaining that there's nothing to do, I don't want to be mean about it, but I feel like they don't know what they're talking about, because really, unless you're like in a top-end rating guild that's, you know, basically already on, you know, mythic blackhand, if you're raiding and, you know, you're racing for that world first kill, because I think the major guilds right now are full on, are a couple bosses away from finishing it. No, don't think anybody's gotten world first mythic on blackhand yet, so good luck to those racing for it, fingers crossed. Yeah, I mean, so you still have raid nights and things like that, and obviously you spend the time during the week, you know, prepping for that. PvPers, I don't know, I mean, yeah, you're fully geared and stuff like that, but if you take PvP seriously, you're pushing for raiding anyways. You know, I don't know. I mean, between leveling alts, LFR, raiding, there's battlegrounds, unrated, there's rated battlegrounds, there's 2v2, 3v3, 5vs5 arenas, there's Ashran for the Nemesis questing. You've got the Coliseum, challenge modes, Proving Ground, Brawlers Guild. I feel like there's so much stuff to do. The argument of there's nothing to do seems extremely invalid. And the reason I kind of bring this up is because I feel like one of the issues that I'm seeing a lot is I feel like it's gotten worse. Is that there are more people saying there's nothing to do because what they mean is there's no one to carry them. I've been seeing a lot of this, and I feel like this is really showing itself in the PvP community. And I don't know what it is about this season, but it feels like there's more exclusivity in the PvP community than there ever has been. And what I mean by that is the people that are expecting insanely high ratings or higher than average ratings to get into doing anything. If you are a 2200, a 2400, 2500, 1800 player, whatever it is, and you only want to play with people that are up at your skill level, that's totally fine. You have every right to only want to play with people that are around your skill level. You have that right, absolutely. I have no qualms with that, no beefs with that. I'm almost at that point too where really the only people that I will play with at this point are people that are around my competitive level for PvP or friends. Other than that, to me, it's not worth, you know, taking the chance. I don't know. But what I've seen a lot of lately is just this ridiculous expectation of 2K ratings just to get into YOLO RBGs when the leader themselves doesn't even have a 2K rating. And I know that's always been a thing, so this isn't a new problem, but I feel like it has exponentially increased this season. And I don't know what's up with that. You know, and so it just feels like there's this weird attitude, and I feel like something has happened in the WoW community as a whole that, I don't know, it just feels strange, it feels different, not as welcoming. I want to say it almost feels like the League community, but I haven't dabbled enough in that to really give an educated answer on what that feels like. I just know it's very off-putting. I know for myself it's making it extremely hard to push any rating in PvP because no one is willing to, you know, do low-rated 3s even on an altar, things like that. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to go off on that tangent because that's a whole other issue entirely, I suppose. I don't want to make it sound like I'm complaining either. But there's definitely enough content to do, and I just feel like people are at a point where they're wanting this stuff to be handed to them. Which brings me to my next point, is everyone is wanting content so fast, it seems. I mean, we're really getting content now at a quicker rate than we ever have in this game. I mean, how long has this expansion been out? It's been out for, what, 5 months? November, so December, January, February. So not even that, not even 5 months. It's been 3 months. 4 if you count since it came out toward the beginning of November-ish. We've already seen 2 raids, which is pretty quick for a WoW or for any MMO, really. I mean, the rate at which we're getting content is pretty quick, and they're already working on 6.1, and that should be out within the next month or 2. So, I mean, this is pretty quick for, you know, an MMO to be receiving new content. And yet it doesn't seem like it's still quick enough for people, and nobody is really, like, fully cleared even what's going on yet. People are already saying, we want more, we're bored, and I don't think the community as a whole really knows what they want. And it's extremely frustrating because they're not even enjoying the content that's out now, and they're already pining and begging for more, and it's like, you haven't even finished what's out. I'm trying not to sound like I'm too complaining, but it's really frustrating and it's really irritating because it's like, if this isn't good enough, then maybe WoW isn't the game for you anymore. Maybe the pacing of WoW isn't for you. I mean, MMOs aren't for everybody. As casual as this game has become, because if you look at the way MMOs used to be played back in the day, I'm talking EverQuest, original Star Wars MMO, I always forget the name of that stinking thing. Even WoW when it first came out, I know people like to talk about the glory days of vanilla and stuff like that, but there is no way that people would still maintain subscriptions now if the game was played now like it was in vanilla. There's no way. Nobody has the patience for it. So I don't know what to say about that one. Things feeling forced. People are saying things feel like they're forced, and I can definitely agree with that. In a sense of, you feel like you're being forced to just do garrison dailies, and it's almost like you're afraid to walk away from your garrison because your missions and your the resource stockpiles and things like that, and like your profession things, they proc so often, you're like, well, I want to be there to grab it. I don't necessarily know or have any solutions. Again, I haven't thought it through that far, so maybe I shouldn't be even making this video in the first place, but content does feel a little bit forced in that regard. Garrisons are fun and they have a lot of potential, but I feel like they're slowly kind of, I don't know, going downhill. It feels weird. There's something missing. There's something missing from garrisons, I think, that needs to be addressed, but I don't know quite what. I will, though, link a forum post. I found it on the WoW subreddit. It was by a gentleman by the name of Torvald. He posted on the WoW forums and things like that, and he actually got a blue response. Post a link to it in the description, as well as I'll post a comment with the link as well for it, just so you guys can check it out as well. He puts together a really good article and post on just some of the things he's been seeing in the forums and things like that, and some of his solutions. I won't spout them off right now in the video because we're almost running out of time, and it's worth reading yourself if you want to check it out. PvP issues. I want to wrap up the video talking about this. One thing I have noticed, and I do agree completely, is PvP feels way too slow. I feel like part of this is because of the ability removal. Again, they removed a lot of abilities to sort out the ability bloat, which is understandable. Things were getting way too out of hand. The CC was too much. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. But now they've slowed it down so much that a lot of classes are just kind of boring. I'm speaking specifically about arms. I know there's other classes that are suffering with the same problems, and actually, dare I say, even worse. I know warlocks aren't looking too good right now. Elemental shamans are really sad. Enhancement shamans are just finally getting back up, sort of, kind of, not really. You know, but arms, for example, just feels really slow and sluggish. It's not exactly a whole lot of fun to play. A PvP arena as a whole is just kind of stagnant and very stale right now. And I will say, though, that I do trust Blizzard, and I really do believe they are looking at our feedback and they are listening. It just takes time. I refuse to be one of those players that's like, oh, it's been a couple months and a couple weeks and Blizzard still hasn't fixed this stuff out like they have. They have a lot of data to mine. Because what you got to realize is they balance a lot of the stuff around higher end PvP. There are 10 million subscribers in this game right now, and every single one of them has a complaint. There's no way to balance PvP. It's impossible. You cannot balance PvP for a game that has a 10 million player base. It's not going to happen. So what you have to do is you really have to balance it around the top tier players. And while that kind of feels like it sucks, that's just kind of where it is. I don't really know what to say about that, but I do know that what needs to happen on a class and spec basis is this. Talents need to be less cookie cuttered, and then certain specs and classes need to be made less obsolete. For example, looking at the warrior tree, nobody's going to take slam right now. I know it's being buffed next patch, which is good, so it gives us options. But then again, Ravager isn't exactly the best choice for PvP. No one in their right mind is going to take Siegebreaker because you have to give up your fear. It's preposterous. And I do know that other talents and other classes and specs are suffering from the same issues of there really is no option. It's just the one spec that you have to pretty much play if you want to be viable in PvP. So I don't know. These are just some issues and things that I've noticed going on with the game right now, and I would love to hear your guys' feedback for it. I really do hope that Blizzard gets this sorted out, because honestly, for the first time ever, probably in my career or history of playing WoW, I kind of tend to be on the more pessimistic side. I pretty much try to stay optimistic a lot, but right now, it's in a weird spot. I'm not ready to give up on it and unsub yet, because I still am having a lot of fun playing with friends, but I feel like this could definitely be a make it or break it point for Blizzard. So we'll see what they do for it and with it. And hopefully it turns out to be something great. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I've ended up rambling way too long anyways. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.